Good morning students, welcome back to our tutorial class. Today we shall see a new chapter 8, which is based on drawing tools in Flash CS4. In the last class we have learned about Flash interface and its basic working. We have learned the interface, how it looks, and some of its basic working. So you can use those tools that I have talked about in the last class that are available in Flash to create a figure on which some animation can be added. But as of now, we will not talk about animations. We will first learn about the simple drawings that can be made in Flash or that can be drawn in Flash. Especially we will draw in the stage, which is the working area, to draw some shapes. So if you draw some shapes, upon those shapes we can give some kind of animations. So for that we can see them in timeline. We will talk this later. As of now, we will talk about how we can draw simple drawings. So this will be your interface. This will be your interface, and if you want to work over this interface, this Flash CS4 program, first of all we will have to go to file and then click on new and then click on the Flash file first option and click on OK. Once you click on OK, you can see this particular environment. So the white area is known as stage, the working area that you can start drawing some shapes using our tools that are available in the tools panel. See, there are so many tools that are available on the tools panel. So before that, I would like to show you the properties of this particular environment. See, if you click on the properties, you can see the properties of this particular environment. See, by default it is in FPS 24 frame per second. Frame rate we call it. It is 24 frames per second, which means that when you are adding some kind of animations, those animations has to run within a particular frame rate called 24 FPS. We call it as 24 FPS, which is the default one we call. So whenever you are having some frames, those frames runs in a 24 per second. So we need not worry about this as of now. Just remember that the movies, the animations that we make, or that has to be run upon this particular program, has to follow this particular frame rate called 24 FPS. So next is, I was talking about the size. I said that by default it is 540 into 400 pixel. So this is the default size. And stage color, the default color is white. If you want to edit the size, simply go to edit and then you can add the size that you want, the width size and the height size, whatever size you want. Even you can change the frame rate, you can change the pixels. So we will not do anything over here. We will keep it as default and click on OK, and then even the stage can be changed. If you want a different background, by default it is white. If you choose, so it is blue in color. Now if you choose back again white, it is white. So basically we'll be working on a white background, which is the default color of a stage. Now in today's class we will learn some basic tools. So today in today's class I will show you two tools that can be used, and with the help of these two tools we can draw some shapes. So according to your syllabus, the first tool that we are going to learn is all about line tool. Line tool, it helps us to draw a single straight line. So in order to draw line tool, on the tools panel we are having so many different tools. Here is the line tool, and the shortcut for line tool is N. If you press N, the line tool will be activated, or if you press with the mouse key, the line tool will be activated. So let us use the mouse. I'm clicking the line tool. If I click the line tool, so I can draw a straight line. So this is a very tiny straight line. Now I was talking about the properties, that each and every object that we draw, their properties can be changed, their features can be changed, their attributes can be changed. So here it's a very tiny line that I have drawn using a line tool. Now let us say the same line tool is already activated. I will go to the properties, and under the properties I can see so many different settings, so many different changes that I can make. Here I was talking about the stroke. Stroke is the line drawn. Stroke means the line drawn. Here it is given 0.10 size. If I increase it a bit to let's say 2, if I make it 2, so now the line drawn will be a bit thicker than the previous one. And here we are having a style we are having so many different styles, like hairline style, solid, or dash line, or some dotted lines, so some rag lines, different lines can be drawn, but ultimately a straight line because it is a line tool. So if I use a solid one, by default it is a solid. Now if I draw a line now, straight line a bit thicker than the previous one, a bit thicker than the previous one, I can make some more changes. Go to properties, and let's say I want to change it into, let's say 10. If I go to make it the value as 10, and now if I draw a line over here, it's a bit thicker than the previous one. I can do some more changes. Let's say I have drawn it in black color. I want to change the stroke color. I want to change the stroke color. I will click on the stroke color, and I will choose any one of this color, and I will start to draw those particular lines. So it is blue color now. If I make some changes, I will go to properties. Now see, here you have a stroke, and this is the fill. This is a fill color. Because it is a line, I cannot make any kind of filling that particular line. That means I cannot make some kind of changing the color by filling upon that. I cannot make, because it is a straight line, and we are already having a color of that particular stroke, so I cannot fill upon that particular line. So if it were a square or a different line, then there would have been a possibility of filling that particular object. So there is no possibility of filling right now. So next is all about, like, another changes, like here can you see the drawing? If I draw a line, the edge, the cape, we call it as cape, the cape is in a square mode. Now if I make some kind of changes, like the path, setting the style of the path, okay, end path, I mean end part. If here we are having rounded shape, we are having square shape, by default it is square shape. If I click on the rounded shape, now if I draw a straight line, the style at the end part seems to change now. In the previous example, it was all about having a square end, okay, the end part is square, and here it is a rounded shape. So these are the settings that we can make. So basically under the properties we can make some kind of these settings. So this is all about using a line tool, and then I am making some kind of drawing using the line tool, making some kind of changes to that, the thickness, size, and different types of style. Maybe a dash line. If I draw now straight line, it is a dash line. It's a dash line, but it's a straight line. So this is all about how we are using a line tool. So very simple as it is, just you have to click on the line tool and then make some kind of necessary changes, then go for drawing those lines. Next I will show you all about is the oval tool. The oval tool. So using the oval tool, what we can do is we can draw some shapes like circle or oval shape, or oval shape. So using the oval tool, we can draw also an oval shape, which is the shape of an egg, and then we can also draw circle. So if you want to draw this, we have to go to this particular tool, which is called rectangular tool by default. If you click on that, if you click, you will see so many different tools. We have rectangle tool by default, R, oval tool, we have rectangle primitive tool, oval primitive tool, we have polyster tool. In our chapters we will talk about rectangle tool, we will talk about oval tool, we will talk about polyester tool. So in today's class I'm going to talk about oval tool. So if I click O on the keyboard, the oval tool will be activated, or if I click on the oval tool, so the shape changes, the icon changes, now it is oval tool. Now to draw this, just come back to the stage or the drawing area and simply draw. This is an oval, and then this will be your circle. You see the edge, the stroke part and the inner part, their color can be changed. Now here the color can be changed. Here it's one color blue, but we can change. So if you want to change them, we have to go to properties. So I will clear this. Now I have chosen this particular tool, and then I go to properties. Here I can see here is the stroke and the fill. Now here the fill is activated. Why? Because if I draw an object oval or a circle, I find some gap in between where I can fill those colors. Fine. So let me make a smaller stroke of, let's say, 5. If I make a smaller stroke of 5, let the stroke color be blue and the fill color, let it be, let's say, green. Let's say green. And the style, let it be solid style. Now you simply draw. This is the oval shape. See the stroke, the outer layer, the outline layer is blue in color and the inner fill is green color. This is an oval, and here is your circle. The same thing for this also. The blue color is activated for the stroke part, the outline part, whereas your fill color, the inside color of this particular circle, has been filled with a particular color, green. So this is how we are using an oval tool to draw some oval shapes or circle, and we can make some necessary changes. So in the coming classes we will talk lots more about some other tools where we can draw rectangles, some star shapes using polystar, and then we will use pencil tool, we will also use brush tool, we will also use eraser tool to draw and to erase all those shapes. So basically in our class as of now we will learn only about how to use the tools and how to draw them, but in the coming classes, once we finish up them, I will show you about animating those objects. So as of now, let us learn the basic drawings. So till now you just see these are the tools that are used, and we can draw using this particular tools. So in the coming classes we'll talk lots more about them. So till then, learn these things for today's class. Up to this, we will see in the next class. Thank you.